Hello again, this is Nirvana and from the Body and Mind Health and Wellness Directory, and we're speaking today to one of our Wellness Day speakers, Jenny Watkins. Good afternoon, Jenny. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you. And thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm looking forward to chatting to you, and we're going to be chatting about access consciousness and access bars, and I think that's going to help a lot for people at the moment during this lockdown and being confined in the four walls. But tell me a little bit about yourself and your journey and learning about access bars.
Yeah, awesome. So my journey started almost 20 years ago now, maybe a bit longer. I was having some issues with my son. I was a single mom at the time and things weren't going so well. So I was looking for different ways to deal with it. And that's how I started along the way. I became a body talk practitioner and a breakthrough facilitator. And one day I was introduced to access bars by a fellow body talk practitioner. She said, I've just learned this new stuff and I'm going to do 5 or 10 sessions for free. And that's how I got introduced to access bars. And that was in 2011. And I had my bars run, and I'll explain what those are just now. And I came home and I was actually pretty mad. I was like, wow, I was quite angry. But you know, the thing is, sometimes when you're following your knowing, you kind of know that you're going to follow a path, but you can't explain it. And that's actually what happened for me with access bars and access consciousness. I just kept on asking questions and doing more and more things because there was just something there that there was a thread there for me that I knew was matching what I was looking for. And I became a bars practitioner almost straight away. And then during the bars class, I knew I wanted to teach it. And I became a bars facilitator and then later on a certified facilitator and did a lot of the access consciousness work. So the access consciousness tools and techniques are to empower you to know that you know. And for me, that was a big difference in terms of it's not about a reprogramming or a reconditioning. It's about an unprogramming and unconditioning, actually, of what is going on for us in the mind, because we get so bogged down in thoughts and feelings and emotions and judgments and decisions and identities and fixed points of view and things. We don't ever question whether they're actually working. Access Consciousness was started by Gary Douglas. He's the founder of Access, and the co-creator and the person he works with is Dr. Dane here. And they have a ton of tools and techniques that are designed to empower you to know that you know and to get you out of judgment. And Access Bars is one of the first classes that you attend that starts introducing you to some of these tools. Now, Access Bars is a hands-on therapy that when you lightly touch different points of emotions, judgments, decisions, anything that you've aligned and agreed with or resisted or reacted to, which you've made something right or wrong or good or bad, that still has a charge on it, that is basically not allowing you to access all of you and not allowing you to create your life the way you would like it to, because you're stuck in these charges, and it dissipates those charges from the brain. So what the tools do is they create a lot more ease in your life, because you're then able to function from your knowing and being, perceiving and receiving, instead of the limitation of thoughts and judgments and decisions and limiting beliefs, etc.
That must be really helpful, especially during this time where people are stuck in four walls. They have information coming at them from all directions, and I'm one of those who likes to follow things. I like the way that you say, you know when you know, and so I like asking the questions. I really like asking the questions, and I think that is one of the gems that coming out of chatting to you that we can really put out to the people who's watching this is keep asking the questions and find your that you know. So you know, a lot of people are stuck and not able to even go into a garden, maybe only able to open a window. The shock and the judgments and the criticisms and all of those things, which is not being in surrender, with what is, what is some of the tools that you could give people to assist, to bring them into that space where the judgment is gone, the criticism is gone, and they can find that I know that I know?
Yes, awesome. And that know that I know, one of the access tools is what's light is true for you and what is heavy is a lie. So whatever you're reading, whatever you're hearing, if it's not light for you, then you know that's not true for you. So that's one of the ways that you can know that you know. And then our other tool for judgment and criticism is to use interesting point of view. So if, for example, you're making yourself wrong for something, you can say to yourself in your head, interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Because the key is to take the charge off it, because you're trying to make something right or you're trying to make something wrong about you. Most of the time we're trying to prove that we're wrong about something. And that, as you can, like, as you sense that energy, I don't know if you can get an awareness that it actually gets really heavy and contracted when you start judging yourself on something, making yourself wrong. So that is an indication that a judgment is a lie, because it got heavy.
Yeah.
But what happens is, because we find it heavy, contracted, energetically, or however you perceive it, everybody gets it in a different way. You think it's real because it feels so heavy. The things that are probably not true for you, what is lighter and has more expansion and more space, is what's true for you. So it's kind of counterintuitive to the way we've been brought up and the way we've been programmed and conditioned, because we think, well, if it's heavier, we must go that way. Because the majority is going that way, we must go that way. But no, it's actually what's light is what's where your truth lies and where your knowing is, and then you can follow that. So interesting point of view, I have that point of view when you judge yourself. If someone's judging you, interesting point of view, they have that point of view. And you say it in your head, not out loud, and then you'll find that it kind of, that the charge on that judgment lightens up and expands and goes away. And it will go away because it's not true. If it was true, it would stick around.
And
the only time it can stay around. Carry on.
What is nice is that I find myself sometimes have that wheel in my head when something bothers me, and I'll keep on repeating if I was triggered with something, and then I have to kind of pull back, and then not even a split second later, here it is again. And that's a lovely tool to kind of bring you out of that. I also have another one that I use, is true, false, and I don't know. If something comes at me, is it true, is it false, or is it an I don't know, which is very similar to what you are suggesting, which is really helpful.
And then also, when you get triggered, another tool to use is the access consciousness clearing statement, and that's where you destroy and uncreate the energy, like that seed where you planted, aligned and agreed and resisted or reacted to something in the first place. Then you take the charge off it, you take the energy off that, because when the energy's gone, then you have the space and the choice available to you to know what's going to work for you and what choices to make and what action to take. Because when you're embroiled in that whole OCD thinking, when you get stuck in something and you're thinking monkey mind over and over again, there's no clarity there for you. So that's, if you be willing to destroy and uncreate anything that created that, anything that triggered that, and dissipate and let it go, and use the access consciousness clearing statement, and I'll give you the website for that, where you can go and get the full clearing statement, then it takes the charge off. It goes to that nanosecond where you aligned and agreed or resisted or reacted to something, that put the energetic charge on it, which then makes you want to make it right or wrong, and dissipates it and lets it go. And then you don't have to prove anything or avoid anything or defend anything. It's about taking an action step now and empowering yourself to move forward.
Fantastic.
So there's two tools. What's light for you is true, what's heavy is a lie, and it's an access clearing statement. And if anybody's judging you or criticizing you, interesting point of view.
That's great.
So there's 3 tools already.
3 tools. That's wonderful. You are at the moment not able to see people, and so this is a great opportunity for people to have a conversation with you online, because there's nothing stopping us to do that. So could you please give us your contact details, website, social media, where people can have a conversation with you to assist them during this time?
Yeah, absolutely. So my mobile number is 082 929 5349. The website for all these tools are available to everybody for free. They're on the Access Consciousness website. So it's www.accessconsciousness.com. You can find me on Facebook under my name, Jenny Watkins, or Blink Global. My personal website is www.blinkglobal.co.za. And my email address is Jenny, Jenny, @blinkglobal.co.za. So absolutely, I mean, although I can't do hands-on work right now, I can see people privately online. We can do online Zoom sessions.
Fantastic.
And yes, just to clear people through what is creating anxiety and stress for them, and giving them tools so that they know they can choose, that there are a lot of possibilities available. But if you can clear away the gunk, then you will be able to access the choices and the possibilities that are available to everyone.
That's right, and find joy and surrender during this time. Yeah. If you've missed any of that, please look at the links below. You can go to the Body and Mind website, which is bodyandmind.coza. You can also download the Body and Mind Wellness Directory app on your Apple as well as in your Play stores, and you can search for Jenny Watkins there, find a link to her website, and interact with us that way. Great, Jenny, thank you so much.
And I would suggest that in the future, when lockdown is over, there's 2 ways you can learn the access bars, because that also helps with dissipating the stuff that doesn't work for you, either in a bars practitioner training class. So you can either learn access bars in a bars practitioner training class. It's a 1-day class, and you become a bars practitioner. You can run bars in as a business for clients, or if you don't have an interest in running bars for clients or as a business, you can learn where the bars points are in a half-day workshop, and then you can run bars for your friends and family, and it's a great stress relief and anxiety, and helps kids with their concentration and through exams and all that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of ways to get these tools into happy and have joy no matter what's going on, so that we don't have to be the effect of what's going on. We can choose and create our lives the way we would like to.
Totally. Great. Thank you very much, Jenny. And with that, I greet you and thank you for those tools that you parted with us.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.